You see, landlords, Nigerian landlords, they are one of the group of people where if you say, like say we go do something about their matter. Me too, I be landlord, but I not be that kind of wicked landlord. Take a look at this. My current house rent will expire in 4 weeks' time. Atanda, my landlord brought notice of rent increase from 400,000 to 700,000 naira without any additional infrastructure to the house. In fact, most times I am the one doing 1 or 2 repairs in the house. The landlord will never for once attend and find solution to the complaints we give to him. Atanda, please, how and where does my landlord expect me to see additional 300,000 to add to my rent within the space of 4 weeks in this T-pain economy? He says, if I know I can't pay, I should pack out once my rent expires. Atanda, I am totally confused. I currently don't have money to get another apartment in this Lagos as at this time, and the 4 weeks is too small for me to find another apartment or even gather money. What am I supposed to do? This guy is saying that his normal house rent was 400,000 naira a year, and 4 weeks to the expiration of a particular rentage, landlord brought notice that the rentage has been increased from 400,000 naira to 700,000 naira. And the landlord told him, if you cannot pay, that you should go. You should pack out. And this particular person in question, he said that most of the repairs in that particular compound, that them, the tenant, always fix it out. That the landlord does not come to fix anything in that compound. His only interest is the rent. What does he want to do? The first thing is that this particular case should not fly. Tenant get right. The same way landlord has right, that same way tenant has right. See, if you want to serve a rent increment or you quit notice to a yearly tenant, I learned it is 3 months. If the rent is supposed to expire by January, by February, you can serve the quit notice now. That's 1. So 4 weeks quit notice will not work in the law. A lot of lawyers are interested in this kind of case, even on pro bono level. That's 1. 2, 400,000 to 700,000 naira increment. It is a whopping 75% increase. This is not a new house. This is an old house, and the tenant is even the one that is even fitting things and making repairs, meaning that the landlord is not even maintaining the compound. It will not fly. 75% increase in rentage with 4 weeks time frame. It is not possible. Why are some landlords like this? Now, make I speak both as a tenant and as a landlord. Let me stand in between. Landlords, if you are building a new house now and your interest is to use rentage to recover your money quick, you are making a mistake. A rentage house should be an investment for you, not a business. If you have big money and you want to do business, get a guest house, get an apartment. Now those ones, they bring quick return on investment. Don't go and build a rentage house with 100 million and you expect to cover the house rent in 5 years, 10 years. It's not possible. It's not feasible. The economy, they bite everybody. So if it's a new house, it might be expensive because seriously speaking, the cost of building materials right now, no be matter, no be joke. Go market, may you go check them. But in this case right now, it's an old house. The landlord doesn't even do no major. Assuming the landlord say, okay, I'm changing the roof, I'm changing this to POP, I'm changing the side, I'm changing the glasses, I'm changing this, I'm increasing my house rent, it will make some level of sense. But in a house that a landlord is not even tenant, if landlord does this to you, sue the landlord. Look for human rights, sue the landlord. Landlord does not have right to increase rent with 75%, and you are not adding anything to the compound. And to make matters worse, is an old house. So landlord, take them easy. The economy, they bite you. The economy, they bite your tenants too. Because this tenant can be your child somewhere. This tenant can be your brother. This tenant can be your relative. Tenants, bring down your tone, they talk. Stand on your rights. Your right is that it is wrong for a yearly tenant to get a 4-week quit notice. That's what some landlords do. Some of you have experienced this particular thing. You can share your experience with me in the comment space. You will increase rent. If you don't want to pay, pack out. So that the next person packing in will pay for caution fee and pay for agent and pay for the like. That is wickedness in the highest order. So landlords, this should stop. This is an injustice. Everybody who go biri. When the big stay, make the small stay. Let us not squash anybody, because tenant today, if you be landlord tomorrow. And tenants know they owe rent. I've heard cases of tenants where they owe rent. A tenant refused to pay rent, and when the landlord came to serve the tenant quick notice, the tenant sued the landlord. That one a crazy tenant. If you don't go build your own house. You cannot be in somebody's house and you refuse to pay rent. That is proper and complete wickedness on your part. So this settles the case. Landlord, they know the increase rentage like that, especially when you're not fitting the house with new things. Tenant, pay your rent. The country, they pepper everybody.